Welcome everyone. I'm Dale Sutton. I'm a applied RE teacher at CRC, and I also teach adventurous activities to Scouts. So I'm used to taking Scouts camping and into the outback, so I'm well experienced to that. We'll just go through a few slides on why we're doing the tour, and then we'll get into the itinerary. So the tour goes for 9 days, and this trip will be a memory that they will never forget. I've done this trip a couple of times, and the youth that go along talk about it for many years afterwards. So it's a 9-day trip, and we'll be leaving on this Sunday. We'll head straight to Adelaide. No, we're not leaving on Sunday. We're leaving on Thursday. So there'll be a slight change to the itinerary. Leaving on Thursday, we're going to head straight over to Adelaide and visit the cathedral. And then from there, we're going to head to Coober, where we'll visit some underground mines. We're also going to camp underground. So day one, we'll leave the college, head straight across. It's about a 6-hour trip to Adelaide. We're going to visit the cathedral and spend the first night in a bunkhouse accommodation. Day two, we're going to visit Coober, where we'll be going to some opal mines. We're going to see cutting and polishing. We're also going to visit a couple of underground churches, and then we'll also be camping underground in a bunkhouse. There's the bunkhouse we'll be staying in. From there, we'll go up to Alice Springs, where we're going to go to Breakaway Reserve and check out all the local sites around Alice Springs. And then we're going to camp 3 nights in the McDonald Ranges Holiday Park. So it's a really nice park. Day 4, we're going to have a guided cultural walk through the Alice Springs Desert Park. We're going to learn all about water finding, tracking, cultural tools, hunting, and sign language. So this is mainly done through experienced trackers rather than Aboriginals, because we're going to an Aboriginal site later on in the trip. So we're going to experience the nature theatre and desert bird display. Also going to have a guided tour of the Royal Flying Doctor Service. We're going to the Earth Sanctuary for a guided visit, including an outback survival course where we're going to make damper and learn how to treat snake bites and boomerang throwing and all sorts of interesting stuff. Lots of bush tucker sampling, so you have to be prepared to eat some witchetty grubs. And then an evening astronomy tour. Day 5, we're heading into the McDonald's Ranges, where we're going to explore the Stanley Chasm and Simpsons Gap. We're going to visit some really cool water holes, and then we're off for an educational talk and exploration of the old Lutheran mission and a glimpse of life in the early pioneers. So a very cultural experience that day, and ending in some yummy food. In the evening, we'll have a camp visit from a reptile specialist, where we'll see snakes and lizards and goannas and all sorts of creatures. Day 6, we'll travel to Alice Springs, to the Watarrka via Mount Connor. There we'll have a guided visit. We'll look at seasonal bush tucker, natural plant medicine, and we'll meet a lot of the local Indigenous people. We'll learn about their history and meanings, and we'll also learn how to do some dot painting. And and we'll get to hike through the national park and see a lot of different natural things. We'll also be camping there the night. And then day 7, we've got the Aboriginal community experience. This is where we meet the Aboriginal people and learn all about their Dreamtime history, get to taste a lot of Aboriginal food, learn how to make a lot of artifacts, and have a lot of their history. From there, we're going to travel to Uluru, where we're going to see the sunset, so Ayers Rock, and we'll camp there 2 nights. So the campground is right next to the rock. You can see it clearly from the campsite. There's lots of good walking around the town and good swimming pools, and that's a very interesting campsite. From there, we're going to head out to the national park. We're going to go up to Kings Canyon, and we'll learn about we'll go to the Uluru Cultural Centre, discover the natural wonders of Uluru. We're going to go to Kata, I can't even say that, as we take on the Valley of Winds walk and the spectacular Mars-like landscape. We'll learn about their traditional beliefs with one of the oldest human societies in the world, the traditional owners of the Arnhem Land. That evening, we've got a Uluru guided walk to discover all the caves and waterholes and that around Uluru and the Devil's Marbles. Next day, we'll be exploring the Uluru Caves. And then the final day is we'll be leaving from Ayers Rock and we'll be flying home. So have we got luggage requirements. So because we're traveling back on the plane, they'll just have to have 1 bag each plus a small backpack. You will receive an updated gear list prior to us leaving. So sleeping mats and tents and most cooking gear will be supplied. All the tents will be set up for us and they'll have a stretcher in them. So there's just a general packing list, but we will have a more detailed packing list which we'll supply to each of the students prior to going. So you have to budget for any extra drinks you like, souvenirs, and if you want to do any additional tours during free time. The school will have their own travel insurance. You can take out extra if you want. On the way over to Adelaide, lunch isn't provided, so they'll need to buy lunch on the way over and lunch from the airport on the way home. Hopefully there's 4 to 6 teachers going and we'll all be first aid qualified. We'll also have medical reports on everyone, so you need to speak to your local GP if you've got any allergies or need any special medical requirements that we need to know about. Typical breakfast and lunch menu, there'll be sandwiches or burgers for lunch. Breakfast will be bacon and eggs, the normal there as you can see. And dinner will be, typical dinner will be chicken schnitzel with sides and desserts or fried rice. So there'll be a different menu every night. The students will get a chance to help the chef that travels with us with the cooking and cleaning up and packing up of tents. And that's it. So have we got any questions? So when's the next payment due? The Gina will be sending out a payment schedule in the next couple of weeks, so there'll be 2 payments to be made. The payment schedule has slightly changed. The school is going to subsidise half the trip, so now the total cost will be $1,250. Do we have any more questions? The dates are, we're leaving on Thursday the 22nd, which will be a school day, and we'll be returning on Saturday the 1st of July. So they'll miss 2 days of school, which will be the Thursday and Friday, but there'll be no, the teachers will know they're going, and there'll be no important work set, or they will be sent home any work they need to catch up on that they missed for those 2 days. Yes, you can get a copy of the slides. We'll email everyone a copy of the slide presentation. Numbers will be confirmed over the next couple of days, and when we get the exact numbers, we'll then do an updated itinerary. It won't change much on what you've seen, and then we'll send out the updated itinerary to everyone. Yeah, email schedule will be, payment schedule will be emailed to everyone from Gina. Anything else anyone would like to know? Feel free to shoot me through an email if you want any questions answered, and I'll do my best to answer them as quick as possible. If we have no more questions, we'll leave it there. Oh, I got one. When Gina sends out the payment schedule, she'll also send a copy of my email. Thank you, everyone. I hope that gave you some information. We'll talk soon. Bye.